station.
You know, I've watched you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I mean, I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Maybe, hey,
Why do you panic?
the way you, Papa, you know Papa.
Figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it pretty much.
Watch Johnny's bite.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runneth over, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Monday. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. Today is the 26th of May. Yesterday was Africa Day, AU Day as you call it. And the clarion call was for all of us to have unity. And I believe that it's time for Africa and all Africans to come around the table, rally around the singular objective of African unity and development and progress. And that was the whole essence. But the key question we want to ask is, since we started this journey from the Organization of African Unity to the African Union Day, all of those things, what really have we gained? Have we become more parochial, or have we become more corporate as a continent? It's a question that we must ask. How have we been able to bring along the bourgeoisie and the proletariat? How have we been able to unite all of us and gather our resources and take sustenance in our diversities? Africa has all the resources. Africa has all the human resources. Africa has all the natural resources. But do we get the best out of it? When will Africa, for example, have a singular currency? You go to the European Union, you take your visas, you are happy, you say Schengen visa, you talk about it, you are bold and proud, and then you talk about it, and they have the euro. You go to the European countries, they have the euro. Even though they have their individual, currencies, they have the euro. When will Africa have a single currency? Because we keep talking about a single currency, yet we're going on and introducing new denominations. I remember when we started talking about a single currency for Africa, the ECO, as it was called then. I don't know if anything has changed now. What we had at the time was not up to 20 Ghana cedis. Now we have up to 200 Ghana cedis. A note. So are we really concerned and are we really determined to have a single currency to forge our energies together to be able to develop Africa so that no power can come and intrude and divide us? United, we are rock. Divided, we are sand. And that should engage our minds today and what is taught to the children in the schools today. It cannot be business as usual. No, it cannot be business as usual. Let me say thank you to all those who made frantic efforts to connect with me, to call me. I had to go and hide and recuperate properly. Health first. I need to live to tell the story and not become the story. So at some point you pull the brakes. Thank you to the management at Media General. Thank you to Cookie T, thank you to Roland Walker, thank you to my Sunrise Morning Show team, led by 62 Strong Ulo. Thank you to all the callers, Auntie Adole, thank you very much indeed. Thank you to the beautiful doctors, Sakina and Brock, and to all the nurses at you know where. Thank you very much indeed. I appreciate all of you, and Reginald and Jay, everybody. I cannot mention the names. Pinkus Pinkra, all of you, thank you very much indeed. And for all those who prayed for me, those I didn't hear from, and all of you, thank you so much indeed. I appreciate you, and I don't take this for granted at all. But we are back as if we never went away with renewed energy. Thanks and all glory to the Most High. Now, let me begin our conversation today from the Accra Metropolitan Assembly and the Korle Klottey Municipal Assembly. They have become the talk of town. Mayor Kpakpo Alote, Michael Kpakpo Alote, and Alfredo Gazy. They have become the talk of town. Let's put up their picture up there quickly so we can see them. With their entourage, and they are trying to decongest Accra. Now, here's the reason they have become the talk of town. AMA encapsulates portions of Choco, right? AMA encapsulates Kaneshie, Gamami itself, the Makola area, some part of Aveno, and you know, it's quite wide. AMA is big. And there have been arguments that, well, it should be divided into two so that Okankwe South can have their own sub-metro. That's a conversation for another day. And then you have Kokma also covering the circles, the Adabrakas, the Ringway Estates, the Osu, and all those other places. These two gentlemen have become the talk of town. They have become, if you like, the bright spot in the whole conversations about how MMDAs should run. And they have become like the template for what should be done and what should not be done. In just they have just been in office for a few weeks. But they're already showing scorecard every single day like we do here. Now they are decongesting Accra. And I am not the one saying, you are the one saying that these days when you walk through Makola and when you walk through Kaneshie and when you walk through the Nkrumah Circle, you see that there's a new breeze, there's a new difference that is happening. You say it, I'm not the one saying it. You are the one saying that they are doing very well. But let me ask you this question. Are you supporting them enough to succeed? Because I find it strange that as soon as demolitions and the decongestion exercises begin, almost every single market woman you find, it claims to be a single mother. As soon as decongestion begins, everybody in the market suddenly becomes a single mother. So you ask, where are their husbands? Do they have husbands? And are the husbands interested? Now, I ask myself a simple question. These same people who are complaining about decongestion and and look, the two gentlemen you see are walking on the Kaneshie footbridge. Before I got ill, I showed you what was happening at Kaneshie, the Kaneshie footbridge. It had become a market center. And I grew up in Abosoka, I grew up in Kaneshie, so I can talk about the Kaneshie footbridge with a lot of confidence because I saw when it was being constructed and I used it for the very first time. For those who used it for the very first time, you will know that the concrete slabs that you have on it now was not on it. So walking on it was literally a scare to most of us. You had to hold on to the rails to walk on it. And this is bringing back a lot of nostalgia. The Kaneshie footbridge had become like a market square. People were sitting on both sides of the bridge, leaving a very narrow path in the middle for pedestrians who own the bridge to struggle to meander through that maze. Oh yes, I'm not telling lies. You know what I'm saying. If you walk on the Kaneshie footbridge now, you will notice that it is shaking, it is trembling. And once the bridge starts shaking, it is taking us to a place. Because we are not thinking about the axle loads, we allow people to overload their trucks and they come and then they hit the bridge, boom. And then the market women also finish selling for the day. They don't carry their wares off. They leave them on the bridge and they cover them with polythene bags and tarpaulin. When you talk, they say, before the bridge was constructed, where were you selling? And I'm saying these same people who are complaining about the decongestion, look, put the 2 mayors on for me. These same people who are complaining about the decongestion exercise, they will take their visas from here, whether they are going to the US or the UK or Canada or France or Switzerland or Germany, wherever they are going. These same traders who are complaining today, they will take their visas from here, travel out, and obey every single rule. Have you ever seen a Ghanaian travel from here who used to be on the streets selling on the Kaneshie bridge or selling haphazardly around the circle area, who used to be around there, who has gotten a visa, who traveled out there to go and sell on any bridge there? They dare not, because they know that the systems work. These two gentlemen are trying to make sure that the system works, and you are the ones saying that, oh, we're in the one down. We've seen from Natununu Amatefu, may he rest in peace. We've seen from E.T. Mensah, may he rest in peace. We've seen from Stanley Ajiri Blansing. We've seen from Dr. Alfredo Kovandapoy. We've seen many of them. We've seen Ajesoa. Nothing will happen. They are making the Greater Accra look good again under the leadership of Linda Oklu. And by extension, President John Dramani Mahama. It's beginning to look good again. What they need is your support. And mayors, let me tell you, please, I beg you. Come to me, let me tell them this from the bottom of my heart. We are congratulating you. But know that if you misstep, we will tell you. We will not fail to tell you when you misstep. And we will not fail to tell you when you cave into pressure from above. We have just finished an election. We have a country to run. We have finished an election. We have a country to run. So those who are injecting unnecessary and filthy politics into trying to make the city and the other cities also look good. Because we are not the only ones who live here. Foreigners come here and go away. What kind of impression do we want them to have when they go away? If we want to block some streets and use them as markets, so might it be. If we want to, have a certain arrangement where we say, oh, between Friday and Sunday, this place is blocked. We're going to use it as a market. So must it be. Until that time, a road remains a road. A pavement remains a pavement. Now there's a red line policy, which is even a compromise for the market to make to see. Even that, some people are not satisfied with it. And then they say, and 8 years, and I'll be on the pamoye, and I say, Awabai, to Abamamu, and Ababa pamoye, Utu Kwanko Germany, Utu Kwanko Italy, Ubekwa Tina pavement, so I told maybe so. Wow, who are wishing me, Utu Kwanko Germany, Ubekwa Tina pavement. Maybe so. Omo mashe mukutu pase mumba me kasa de no si omu hu utu kwanko Germany utu kwanko US utu kwanko Europe ubekwa kwatena pavement so aton ade. I'm asking you, be honest with yourself. The whole city is smelling. The whole city is stinking. The whole city is dark. We need to fix it. It has a toll on our health. It has a toll on our psychological makeup. We need to fix it. And fix it we must. Forget about your dirty politics. The elections are over. The elections will happen in 2028. Until that time in 2028, when the elections happen, we will have to run the government. We will have to run the country. You have a role to play. I have a role to play. The duty bearers have a role to play. It should not be business as usual. When you finish paying your taxes, then you go and sleep. When you pay your taxes, you ask questions. What are your taxes being used for? That is what makes you a good citizen. You have rights and you have responsibilities. It's not about politics. The elections are over, and that reminds me, Madam Jina Dukwe, Dr. Bosman Asari, Mr. Tete, those you use for the elections in 2024, they keep chasing me and telling me that you have not paid them. Go and pay them their monies. We gave you every provision you needed from Parliament, wherever it is. They approved every money that you needed. You brought a budget. They gave you every money you needed for the elections. Why are you sitting on people's monies? They are now suggesting that sometimes you use the monies for investment, and when you are waiting for the investment to mature so that you can collect the dividends and come and give them the money. That's what they are saying. Please go and give them the money. We voted in December, January, February, March, April, May, 5 months. Please go and give them their monies. Now I digress. I come back to my point. We have a country to run. And that is why I felt so sad when I think that the government of the day keeps pandering and falling into the diversionary tactics route and trap that has been created by look at what Adenta Kumi, for example, is doing. And all those other diversionary tactics. Why do you even send 20 armed men in the name of BNI or NIB and national security to go and pick up one person? Why? If you give me that role, we'll send 2 people nicely, quietly to go and invite him quietly. There will be no social media.
3FM 92.
You are bringing down the dollar. In fact, you have brought it down in record time. You didn't have to hold town hall meetings. You didn't have to form a committee of 40 people to go and look at what is wrong with the dollar. You didn't have to do gold for oil. You didn't have to brag that you have the men. You didn't have to brag that you have a solid economic management team. And yet within 5 months, you have been able to bring the dollar down from its knees from 17 cedis down to 10 cedis. And you then allow somebody to come and derail all the gains that you are making. You didn't need gold for oil. You didn't need plenty speeches. You didn't need all those rich contumely fro. You didn't need all those spokespersons at the various ministries. And yet you brought down the price of fuel to a certain level where every Ghanaian is happy, to the point where you have instituted 15% reduction in transport fares, which took effect last Saturday. And you are allowing diversionary tactics to derail you. You are not serious. Oh, clearly you are not serious. Are you serious? Look at Selom. Selom on Facebook. He says in August 2024, if I paid 13,674 Ghana cedis, 38 pesos, that's 13,674 Ghana cedis, 38 pesos, for $814 to import machine parts today, I need 8,791 Ghana cedis for $814 to import same items. That be how the neck pressing for go. Don't be about putting people behind people and chasing them and making them say make some noise. Obimbro. It is not necessary.
2.7.
When you do that, you take away from the good things that you are doing, that the people are already praising you for. You are not even 6 months in office. You are not 6 months in office. Everybody seems to be happy with you. Those who are not happy with you are the principalities and powers. Of course, Boga will not be happy with you, because if Boga sent, in the past, if Boga sent $100, it was big money, or £100, but big money. Now it's almost small money. So Boga will not be happy with you. If they have projects to do, they will not be happy with you. I mean, those ones you can understand to a certain large extent. And then there are those who also say that, we want the country to progress, but it is progressing too fast. You have to slow down. There are those who are there too. And there are those who will not like you, whether you like it or not. But the bottom line of what I'm saying is that you are on a certain path to achieve greatness. Why do you allow, the frivolous conversations that are going on? What is it about? Much ado about nothing. Look, find me the acting CJ's photo with the former AG. The whole conversation about this whole sending people to Adenta Kumi's house, to Chemaun to all the conversations around all those things. What is it? It is that somebody or some people have petitioned for the Chief Justice to be removed, right? And then some of the persons on the committee that the Council of State, in consultation with the presidency, has set up to do that work, to look at the prima facie and answer that question, to have the CJ appear before them, were seen at a certain restaurant in public. So the conversation is that one of the lawyers in there, right, was seen along with them, and so it is a big problem, and they were meeting, and and now this is the former Attorney General, the one holding the mic, the Leonard Godfrey Yeboah. He is in a You Never Walk Alone shirt, right? He is the lawyer of the Chief Justice, who has been petitioned against to be removed. He is there in one space, on one stage. In fact, the video that we were shown, the people were on different tables. But this one, they are on one stage. The gentleman you see in the middle with the stole and the sweater and all of that, also in a You Never Walk Alone with a very flashy, nice smile, nice fleck of gray beard and all of that, bespectacled, is the acting Chief Justice. His Lordship Justice Bafo-Boni, Justice Paul Bafo-Boni. He is the one that people say he has an interest in becoming Chief Justice. So he is interested in pushing this whole agenda. That is what Yanuma is saying. He is interested in pushing this whole agenda so that Her Ladyship Justice Tokono will be kicked off so that he can become Chief Justice. He is on the same space, in the same space. Can you then say that the two gentlemen, given the circumstances I've narrated to you, that the former AG is the lawyer of the former the current Chief Justice on suspension? The former AG is the lawyer of the Chief Justice on suspension, right? That's one. And then the acting Chief Justice, who you say or you claim is in a rush to become Chief Justice, they are the same place. Can you then say, based on the same arguments that have been raised about Santoku Restaurant and the meeting with Tadiosori and the three justices, can you then say that based on this, there was a meeting and that they were also planning to finish the matter quickly so that they can all have their interest done? Sometimes when they talk, that's why I'm saying that you are on a certain path. You are on a path to achieve greatness. Come to me. Today, when people go to the filling station, they don't go there, grumbling. They go to the filling station happy. Today, when Boga sends money, he cannot bluff. We know that at some point, because the dollar is coming down, even the pound is coming down. I traveled to the UK not so long ago, just around March. I bought a pound for 20 Ghana cedis and more. 20 Ghana cedis and more. Today is about 14 Ghana cedis. Why? Do you think that I won't be happy if I'm traveling again? I will be happy. If I'm importing into this country, won't I be happy? I will be excited. And we pay our international debts using these hard currencies. Don't you think that our debt would have reduced and would be able to pay quickly? Does it not impress you that people who are hoarding dollars are now pushing them out and literally asking the banks to go? You ask your bankers, ask your friends who are bankers. They'll tell you. Those who have hoarded dollars, they have now started dashing people dollars. They are dashing people dollars. Go to the churches. They are giving church offerings in dollars. They call this economy Warabeba economy. No, Warabeba economy. So I'll be very disappointed if this so-called state-sponsored harassment continues. It is not necessary. It is not necessary. Look, if you are picking up people because you are going to do Operation Recover or Loot because they have stolen and we have to catch them and collect what they have stolen and punish them for it, I am all for it. I'm all for the drama. But not when if I wake up tomorrow and I say, I saw so-and-so doing so-and-so, then you send 20 people to come to my house to come and pick me up, then it becomes news, and then it takes away what you have done. Look, the government you took over from, they did same thing. The government you took over from, they did similar things. And then it drowned most of the things that the government had done. So much so that even when we stood here, sometimes when I stand here and I talk about some of the good things that the government had done, they don't hear, because all they hear is, we have caught them. We are catching them. We are holding them. Hey, shut up. And that is the part that they say politicians never learn. So, Mr. President, this whole conversation about trying to fall into the path of the diversionary tactics, please shift from it. Let's talk about the Cedi and dollar relationship, Cedi and pound, Cedi and euro. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how it will have an effect on the day-to-day lifestyle and life and the cost of living of the Ghanaian. Let's talk about the fuel price rates. Let's talk about it. And let's talk about how we can get the market women and the market men to be able to drop their prices and the traders to drop their prices so everybody can feel the impact of what is happening. Let's talk about those ones. And let's encourage a lot more of our MMDCs to be up and active like Pakpoba Lote and Alfred Gezi, like they're doing in Accra. Let's talk about those ones. Those are the bread and butter issues that will change their lives. Not about somebody who has gone to eat belefu and start talking about, I saw this one here, I saw this one. If you drill further and ask the question whether they saw the people they're talking about on one table discussing, and whether there's evidence to prove that. There's no evidence. It's just hollow and empty talk. I'm telling you. And then you decide that you will invest your time, energy, and resources that we don't have into following such hollow and empty stuff. I'm so disappointed. Now, let me wrap up with this, please. The ban on drumming and noise making is still in force. The ban on drumming and noise making by the Traditional Council is still in force. It is not a clash of religions where somebody says, I am a Christian, I am a Muslim, and nobody can stop the gospel. Nobody is seeking to stop the gospel. Dispel that from your mind. Nobody is seeking to dispel the gospel. The Gans are also gospel-speaking people and gospel-knowing people. Nobody is interested in dispelling the gospel and dismissing the gospel. No. We are asking you, as the Bible says, to respect authority. It is in the Bible. They are asking you to give to Caesar what is due to Caesar and to God what is due to God. They are asking you. They are asking you to do what you do when you go to Rome. Do what the Romans do. They are asking you that. And if you check your tribe, check your tribe. When you go to your village and your chief says something, you abide by it. When you drop and come down into this place, then you want to come and change the rules. So the people who also live here, who want to follow what their king is saying, what do they do? Aka blekumaba kumawo. Aka blekumaba kumawo. Chita flache wo. Ni wo hon wo he nakan. O fe wo pleti nakan no atiomo apetomi nakan. Woke wo musu nye wo hie, woke nye wo hie aworo na na ni wo nta ni woke wo mama papa ni wo bue, woke wo mama ye woke ashingme. Woke wo mama ye ashingme, wo hie ehweshi. Ni wo na na wo nta ni wo chake. Nakanie wo chakele. Money ekplen no ni mlana to ni ku esu ni yo ni sana ye no na ye no sani mbla akela ye bona fe ne kwen efe no kwemo no ke ha wose bi ke me kokome na me hwame na keshi ga se gbejigbe try no manya bla. Please call me 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. Good morning.
Good morning, Master Johnny.
Yes, boss. How are you?
I'm good. This is your brother Jaffe calling from Westland.
Talk to me, my brother.